it's time to have a conversation. The conversation needs to be with the Food and Drug Administration, the organized thinkers that it takes to process Moderna, to process Pfizer, to process Johnson and Johnson, and most certainly the thinkers that it's going to take to process the new introduced Novavax. The new introduced Novavax is about to be introduced into the mainstream by way of Food and Drug Administration. And I would like to add that you take into account that it's 600,000 dead people. Don't be comfortable with Moderna, Pfizer, and Johnson already being in circulation while the death count is still 600,000. Food and Drug Administration, if you can hear me, if you can receive this broadcast, don't be as literal when you decide whether I'm supposed to receive any monies for assisting in the process. The process that I'm assisting in, you can click on the link in the description. See if I'm consistent. See if I have merit. If there's merit in what I'm saying. Click on the link in the description, Food and Drug Administration. Find out what's going on in Congress where they won't support the appropriation or the individualization of funding for my organization, 1,000 Million Foundation. When I have an established business and I'm supporting the process of distribution, establishment of the actual vaccine, I create platforms at times where nobody else is present. When Johnson and Johnson had blood clot situations in their vaccine process, what I did was I went to Twitter, I took a Gideon Bible that I newly purchased, I put Heart Clubs, Diamond Spades, I put 4 seasons, summer, fall, winter, spring, right next to the 4 suits. Summer, fall, winter, spring, next to the 4 suits. Day and night, the number that 1, 2, 3, 4, and from page to page, not on one page. I took the time of day. I put the face of a clock, 1 to 12 on a face of a clock on one page, 1 to 12 face of a clock on one page. I took north, south, east, and west on one page and put north, south, east, and west on the next page. At the bottom portion of the north, south, east, and west, I put stimulus check. I put stimulus on one page and check on the other. I created a platform, a level playing field for the vaccine to be established, to be introduced, to be digested. This platform hasn't been acknowledged in the mainstream where everyone is receiving vaccine distribution monies, and I've been left out in the cold. I have a gallows plaque. When you click on the link in the description, I took my platform and generated a gallows plaque. On the gallows plaque, I had composed with my chemistry. I have Moderna, Pfizer, Johnson and Johnson, Novavax, the newly introduced Novavax. Now, take into account, I still have a comment I would like to make about Novavax being introduced. Novavax, FedEx, UPS, United States Postal Service, OSHA, Center for Disease Control, and most importantly, Luxor Hotel. Luxor Hotel particularly because it's a pyramid design where our reason for being here as Black people and white people alike is symbolic to that present, that principle. We're on the Indians' land, but the pyramid, the information was retrieved from Africa and brought here, and the Luxor Hotel reflects that. And that's just, it's just more of a universal understanding, President. I'm just being pretty much somewhere with how my approach appears. A platform would be easy to understand. So when you have this live broadcast, click on the link in the description. Be familiar with the process, even if you're already familiar with it. Be familiar based on the consistency that's present now. Don't follow the link on the description. You know, when I'm following it. Don't say you know how the link in the description works when I'm constantly changing things, and the link in the description might be different from where you saw it before. It may be different, but chances are it's the same. You're going to see the gavel plaque. Nowhere else can you see the gavel plaque. I made it a certain way. I made the link in the description where the only place you can view the gavel plaque is on the link in the description. Nowhere else. I haven't showed the gavel plaque here. I haven't placed it on the wall. I haven't done anything with the gavel plaque other than place it on the website. That's it. I haven't done anything else. Nothing else. Just put it on the website, the link in the description, and that's it. It exists nowhere else. You don't have access to the gavel plaque. You don't have access to the business cards. I only gave one business card to a congresswoman at on the Capitol grounds, at the lake portion of the Capitol grounds, and I gave another card to another individual in Washington, D.C. The other card was given back to me, and the person refused to take it and said it was from Richmond, Virginia. Told me something to that effect. And, you know, the point that I'm making is, don't be as literal with things under these circumstances. Hypothetically, you would say I might have to have a license in medicine to compose a chemistry of a distribution process where none exists. I may have to have a doctorate degree to deal with chemistry. None exists under these circumstances. No chemistry exists. No chemistry exists. This is the only chemistry currently present, the only platform. When Johnson & Johnson didn't have any other they didn't have any other platform to do their newly direction, to take their new direction and fixing the vaccine chemistry that was getting the blood clot results. I showed up. Hearts Club Diamond Spades, Twitter. Summer, fall, winter, spring. Day and night. Time of day on one page, time of day on the next page. Hypothetically 3 o'clock, hypothetically 4 o'clock. From one page to the next. And north, south, east, and west on one page. North, south, east, and west on the next page. Connecting the north, south, and east and west at the bottom portion of the north, south, and east and west, which would be south. Stimulus checks. And on the other portion of the page. On the first page, stimulus, and the second page, checks. Quotations. One statement. Stimulus checks. When you have a process like that, newly introduced, without any doctorate degree, without any science degree or a higher education, but the process works, don't let 700,000 people die. If it prevents 700,000 people from dying, prevent the 700,000 people from dying before you sit in front of a business card with a stimulus check and a vaccine on the same card, and don't process the funding. Don't let all those people die. That's 100,000 people who are going to die. Don't do it. And when you get the Novavax, don't be as particular as you were with Moderna, Pfizer, and Johnson & Johnson, because there was no presence at Moderna, Pfizer, and Johnson & Johnson. It was completely newly introduced information in extremes of the pandemic. The pandemic was present, and Moderna, Pfizer, and Johnson & Johnson said, look, we got a vaccine. We put together something. Don't hold Novavax to those same extremes while Moderna, Pfizer, and Johnson & Johnson is already established in the process. Don't be as literal. Let's get this ball rolling so 700,000 deaths won't be the result. It'll make a sharp turn, and we'll stop at the 615 that it is now, 618 that it is now. We made a sharp turn, and Novavax, what made the fourth contribution to the chemistry that I've already composed, Hearts Club, Diamond Spades. Instead of to be Moderna, Pfizer, Johnson & Johnson, Novavax, and from page to page, and I have the chemistry of. As a matter of fact, I have a Bible right here. In this Bible, I have the option to do exactly what I'm saying I'm going to do. I have the option. I don't have to show you anything. You're not paying me anything. I don't have to show you anything. I could be as cheeseball-y as everybody's treating me. Go to a chapter. Let's see what a chapter is. Go to a chapter. Because a chapter would reflect the beginning of a chapter. Let's go to a chapter here. A chapter. Okay, I'm going to go here. Here's where I am. This is where I want you to see what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing. I want you to see what I'm doing. I don't want you to misunderstand what I'm doing at any point. Now, what I'm going to do is ignore the bad boy question mark. That's a perfect example of information being misconstrued. Now, I'm going to take this information, despite the bad boy understanding the bad boy, and not in regards to Puffy. I'm not from Manhattan. I'm from Brooklyn. Brooklyn bad boy. Now listen, hear me out. I'm not being too assertive or too stern. Hear me out. I'm going to put Moderna. No doctor degree, nothing. This is the chemistry I'm composing, right? Moderna. Everybody follow. Ignore the bad boy, Old New Testament and all. Ignore that. Listen, Moderna. No money's funded. No money or nothing. But my clothes don't match. I'm supposed to have a neat shape. Everything's supposed to be what it's supposed to be in the same context. But I'm talking to the Food and Drug Administration particularly because they know what they expect. They know the criteria you must meet, and these are extremes that I'm up against. But it's 600,000 people dead, and we going on 700,000, and we have the option to make a sharp turn right now. Pfizer. You see Pfizer, Moderna and Pfizer. You see Johnson & Johnson. You see that. I'm not playing around right now. This is serious. This is going to change the 600,000 bodies turned into 700,000 bodies. Because if you pay attention and click on the link in the description, you can see my consistency with turning 617,000 bodies down to no less than, curbing the death rate. You can see this process before you. Don't lack the acknowledgement that's needed. What you're looking at is the beginning of a new something. Nobody knows what to call it. This is a Bible. A holy Bible. Nobody knows what to call this. This is a process I've just implemented as you see me. No different than I appear. I appear to be arguing, but I'm not arguing. I'm just being applicable to the situation. Extremes are 617,000 deaths. Those are the extremes that are present right now. Food and Drug Administration. You have to hear me. because I'm making a live broadcast. I'm making sure you can understand what I'm saying right now. Now I'm going to take the chemistry of this being summer instead of hearts not being substantiated by the actual season that it is now. I'm locking this information in place right now as you see me. I create platforms for Johnson & Johnson where the difference presents itself with blood clots. I have no idea what that is, but I make sure they have a level playing field to begin a correction process. Summer. All this takes place on Twitter normally, but this live broadcast, Food and Drug Administration, fall. Pfizer is in the same place as fall. Now, I'm going from summer, which it is now, to fall. This process is not going to move. This is a Bible. I might throw this Bible away based on somebody jumping in front of me and killing somebody and saying they want a part of the process for themselves. I've seen the most ridiculous scenarios present themselves, and I throw the Bible away. Johnson & Johnson, winter. 4 sections from page to page, the New Testament. Novavax, spring. Now you have 4 seasons locked in place with Moderna, Pfizer, Johnson & Johnson, and Novavax. No college degree, no science degree, none of that. Don't be as particular with Novavax. Novavax is approaching this process, and the situation that's currently present is already established. Moderna, Pfizer, and Johnson & Johnson is already established. You know, we can team up with this 4-man combination, this 4-way combination, and be mathematically somewhere in time that's much safer than 700,000 deaths. 700,000 deaths is harsh. It's even more harsh of a situation with no funding. No funding. I'm yelling practically. Now I'm going to implement the Hearts Club Diamond Spades because it has more of a direction with summer, fall, winter, and spring. Now, when I use Hearts Club and Diamond Spades, I am 52. 13 cards in a deck. The hierarchy of king and queen, jacks, and so on and so forth. The order of things and 52 cards. Nothing less than that. Nothing less than that. 52. I'm 52 right now. I don't want to go past 52 before this information is introduced into the mainstream. Hearts. Why would I go past 52 if I'm on 52 right on this page right now? I'm going to be on 52 at the age of 52 with this level of understanding right before the Food and Drug Administration accepting or denying Novavax into the process. I'm at 52 clubs. When I finish the diamond spades, I'll be at 52. I don't know what the clock is going to reveal. I don't know what the process is going to reveal, but I ask Food and Drug Administration, support my funding, support my information being introduced into the process. This business card, Food and Drug Administration, is no game. I introduced this business card to the Capitol building, to Congress, and I received no response. No response. Same place. People have the vaccine right now, but they don't have the stimulus check in the same exact place. They don't have the same information transferring consistent with the gavel process. And this platform you see before you. Diamonds. That's a barking dog. I don't know why the dog is barking. I hear a dog barking. The dog could be talking to you in dog language. I have no idea. If you can hear the dog barking, say the dog's calling for help. Assuming that the dog's calling for help. Don't let 700,000 people die, says the dog. Diamonds. And then last but not least, spades. At 52 years of age, you have Moderna, Pfizer, Johnson & Johnson, Novavax, summer, fall, winter, spring. Hearts, club, diamond, spades. The consistency is from page to page in the New Testament of the Bible, the Holy Bible. This digital platform is going to transfer no less than the next 4 seasons. Summer, winter, summer, fall, winter, spring. The next 4 seasons are going to transfer this information. It could be from a dumpster, because I may throw this out because I might be under some type of attack and Bible writing that they do, or I may still have the Bible around to actually show it to Congress and say, listen, I need funding. Okay, now I'm going to do what I said I was going to do initially. I'm going to take, the time is 10:50, 10:20. The time is 10:20. I'm going to put the time on this page. When I put the time on this page, I won't do the same thing on the next page based on the New Testament being in its where it is. So when I'm putting the time here, it's 10:21. I'm going to have to schedule this time for 11 o'clock. I probably won't do what I usually do, but I'll certainly be at 11 o'clock for the Food and Drug Administration to witness this process, this platform, this newly introduced platform. New now, not new later on when I run downstairs and go get that picture. No, it's new right now. So you have some type of idea of what I'm doing. I'm drawing location of time right as I speak. It's going on 11 o'clock. So the clock is going to be scheduled for 11 o'clock. You can, gear everything, the establishment of America based on what I'm doing here. I need security. I need guarantees present. If I tell you I'm going to the Luxor Hotel with this level of information that I just prepared before you, then you're supposed to make every effort at the Food and Drug Administration level for Congress to hear my words, to hear what I'm saying. I'm going to do a clock on this portion of the page. I'm just going to squeeze it in there. It's not that impossible. What I'm going to do is I'm going to connect the pages so the stimulus checks reflect the actual vaccine while you can see what I'm doing. It's a difference when I usually do it, but I usually make it as visible as possible, where the difference could be somebody bumping their head, not knowing what I'm doing, because the information is so intense. So here I've created another location on the next page. And as I explained to you, I'm going to connect the two with the stimulus check process as I explained. Now it's going to be a little cluttered, but nothing less than what I'm doing. I'm doing exactly what I'm saying I'm doing. You know, I'm as credible as being the only one in existence doing what I'm doing. And what else is real? You had 600,000 bodies, 600 plus thousand bodies, and approaching 700,000 bodies. And this is a platform to stop everything now. Like everything it just goes this way. Little cluttered, but nothing less than what I told you. Nothing less than what I told you. I'm not at 11 o'clock on the second portion of the page, but I may not put 11 o'clock. I may put 12 o'clock. It's really not saying. It might be at 12 o'clock. Whatever the difference is, you can understand that this information is not going to change. Now, why would I put 11 o'clock there? I have the option to put 11 o'clock or leave 12 o'clock circled and not write over New Testament. I have the option to go to a different section as opposed to the section that's already written in. And I want you to keep in mind, I've done this before. This is not new to me. I create platforms for Congress. I create platforms for Moderna, Pfizer, and Johnson & Johnson, just like I explained. This is not new to me. I don't have a doctorate degree. I don't have a science, nothing, no history. This is now. This is when the demand for the process to be implemented, to update it and complement, no vaccine, no distribution process. I'm doing the link in the description. I composed the link in the description. Click on the link in the description now and see what this Bible looks like in no less of a place than you clicking on the link in the description. Don't let this information pass you by. I'm going to put this Bible back down and say, go on to say, Novavax is going to be a newly introduced vaccine, and the process shouldn't be as particular as it was for Moderna, Pfizer, and Johnson & Johnson, because this is a new process and it appears to be more advanced, more processable to the extent of the 600,000 deaths being less than that once we curb the death rate with guaranteeing that life is preserved. We can guarantee a process right now, but they won't acknowledge me from the Congress level. They won't acknowledge me in the mainstream. They won't accept my information as formal, like I need some type of doctorate degree. I don't need a degree in science. I don't need all that. It's real right now. You have to take this information and say, look, it works. Let's go with it. You did that with Moderna. You did that with Pfizer. You did that with Johnson & Johnson. It works. Let's go with it, Food and Drug Administration. You did that. You already done that. You know what it's like. Be under intense scrutiny whether this vaccine works or not. It's done this good so far. I was part of the process then. Before I was actually present. I've been doing this before it was a vaccine. I created a platform. I created a level playing field. They left me out in the cold. They didn't show up for funding or nothing. Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, all of them. They just left me sitting there. The American Rescue Plan. That's what they called it. Where's the American Rescue Plan now? Because I'm yelling on live YouTube, Dolla50 International, that the process is not helping me. I'm just doing all the helping. Food and Drug Administration. I'm talking to the Food and Drug Administration. I'm not talking to no crazy people that's trying to regulate what I'm saying, trying to manipulate what I'm saying in front of this process that I'm introducing. I'm not talking to nobody else but the Food and Drug Administration. I need the resources to match who I appear to be right now. You can't see what I've done. Use Bible. Use Bible. You don't know what I'm doing right now from this point on. Germ-X. Germ-X, you don't know what I'm doing. You can see I use the Germ-X. Sitting the Bible down. From this point on, this information transfers with or without you. I don't know if you're going to catch on. I'm going to go to the most level playing field like Luxor Hotel, and I'm going to be as consistent. It's going to be 11 o'clock any moment now. I'm looking at the clock. What am I going to do? Okay, it's 10:30. What am I going to do? Correction. I was going to create an impossible extreme where I was going to end the broadcast, but it'd be at exactly 11 o'clock. When I saw 10:29, it appeared to be 59 from the view of the screen. The view of the screen is backwards when I'm looking at it from this perspective. So saying that to say, Food and Drug Administration, not to abruptly change what I'm doing by ending the live stream, but now I have to go on to another subject. I've done, click on the link in the description now, where I've used the Germ-X. This is digital. This is impossible extremes going through avenues right now. Food and Drug Administration. Click on the link in the description. Once you click on the link in the description, view the contents on the screen. You have the option to press the play button. Press the play button. This is not no game. I already created a platform. When I say click on the link in the description, Food and Drug Administration, I'm not saying do the opposite. I'm not saying, follow somebody with a doctorate degree. I'm not saying follow some old president with old ways. I'm not saying nothing like that. Click on the link in the description and click the play button. The play button, view the screen, view the contents while you're listening to what the contents of the play button would reveal. Once you listen to the play button contents, you have the option to scroll down and go to the donation portion of that page. I don't have to be funded the formal way while it's the body count is 600,000 bodies. You can put the funding in place right now. Food and Drug Administration, I don't need pedestrians working on me. It's not working out with the pedestrian situation. The pedestrians are out of their minds at this point, trying to tamper with what I'm doing. 600,000 bodies? You got pedestrians working on me? Let's turn the steering wheel on this 700,000 body count approach. If you clicked on donate, if you just clicked on it, I would be prepared to use this Germ-X instead of the other Germ-X that's sitting on top of the Bible. This Germ-X here is the Germ-X that I used. This Germ-X here is a Germ-X that I didn't use this broadcast. Now you have an option to donate, and I click on and I use this Germ-X and secure the situation right now. These are the practical things that I'm talking about that present themselves, and people don't respond accordingly, and it leaves everything gravely 700,000 deaths away. Why are people doing what they're doing to America? I'm not going to use it. I'm not going to put nobody on the spot, but you can see, I would certainly be correcting people with impossible extremes with that level of information transferring right now. If I administered this Germ-X, you see here, I playfully say, usually playfully, I say 99.9%, 99.99%, it's a killer. That's what I usually say, playfully. But I'm not going to do that now. It's too serious. It's too serious, and I'm not going to be playful. I'm not being playful. I want you to be comfortable. I don't want you to take my assertiveness the wrong way. I want you to take what I'm saying logically for what it appears to be, and know the facts. I'm going to put this back over here. Know the facts. I don't know how reputable they are. But what I do know is Moderna, Pfizer, and Johnson & Johnson have made a way for this conversation to exist. This conversation exists based on them not, completely losing sight of what the stakes are, and saying, well, see what he has to say. Moderna, Pfizer, and Johnson & Johnson listened to what I had to say when they started this experience. And I ask you, Food and Drug Administration, to do the same. Now, I found a portion of the Bible, Esther, not the person Esther Baxter, but Esther in the Bible. Esther Baxter has some type of presence in the Bible, but you wouldn't be distracted by the name Esther in the Bible. Life. I'm going to use this portion of the Bible to make a more precise drawing of what I just displayed to you, but that's closed. That's a closed book experience. Same Bible, closed book. I used the Germ-X. It's currently daytime in quotation marks. Everyone follows. 10:36 on the clock. June 30th, Wednesday, and counting. AM, not PM. One page has day, the next page has night. It's currently day in quotations. It's not night right now, but the Bible has day and night in it. There's day and night in the Bible, and currently it's day in quotation marks and not night. Now I have an option to continue, or I can stop here. Esther Baxter may be under some intense extreme with crazy people aiming, sonic booms at her, just based on being in the same place as day and night. I don't want to put anybody on the spot. I'll take this business card and put it here. This business card is the stimulus check and the vaccine in the same exact place. I'm going to close saying peace, $1.50, Food and Drug Administration. Click on the link in the description. Feel free to donate. Visit my new channel, $1.50 International. It's about America until it's international, but we're making progress. If you're listening to me right now, I don't know if you listen to me. Nobody's made any comments or suggested the difference. But, I close with saying peace. And, we got an option to capitalize off of the situation. I've attempted to contact Nancy Pelosi recently, and no response was the result. And saying it to say, I close with saying peace. I'm going to end this broadcast.